Hi everyone, so today I'm here with my review of All Our Yesterdays by Cristin Terrill. So the reason I've pushed up this review is because the book is actually released today, so I just thought that I would do my review on the release date for this book. So this book follows the story of our two main girls, Em and Marina. Em is trapped in the basement of a military base with a boy next door to her, and he is her only contact other than the guards that come in to feed her and interrogate her. And then Em finds a list of instructions that are taped inside the drain, and she realises what she must do to get herself out of this mess. The instructions show that Em has failed every time in the past to complete what she's supposed to, and this time she knows exactly what she must do, and she must be the one to do it. Marina's been in love with her next door neighbour James for about her whole life since she moved there, and it seems that James is finally starting to notice her as well. But one night, James's life is shattered. Someone is trying to kill him. Marina will go to every length to make sure that he is protected, even if it means uncovering something that will completely change her life. So when I finished this book, I was at a complete loss for words. I sat and stared at my Kindle for about 20 minutes, going over everything that's happened again, because it was just so amazing that I couldn't quite grasp the fact that it was finished, and the ending was just so powerful and emotional that I just had to sit and stop and think about this whole book again for a while, because I just really wanted to relive everything again. It didn't take me long to piece together everything that was going on in this book because of one certain character, and when I did, I was so desperate to know what the events were that led up to Em being in the situation that she was in. So I was pretty happy that we got to see those events playing out. I grew attached to Em straight away. Even though she's in such a horrible position, she still managed to stay strong. She was still sarcastic and funny, but mostly she was just determined. Determined to do whatever she could to rectify the situation she was in and make sure she never has to go through it again. Finn was another character that I loved straight away. He was so sweet and he was always caring about Em, and I really loved him for that. He was so sarcastic and had me laughing a lot throughout this book. He was just such an amazing character, and I really loved him and Em together. Marina was a good character too. She was kind of naive and shallow, but that kind of comes down to her upbringing. She judges people and tends not to want to give them a chance, but she starts to change throughout the book, and I really enjoyed seeing her development. James was a character I was unsure of. He was always quite eccentric and erratic, and he always never seemed to be quite there. He was always in his head, thinking over things, and I was slightly unnerved by this, but I did really like his character. So this is a book about time travel, and I haven't read a lot of books about time travel, but I really enjoyed all the ones that I have read. Because it's a topic that I don't think has been explored as much as other ones, so I really enjoy books that have time travel in them because there aren't a lot of them around. So Em and Finn go back in time, and it was really good to see their perspective on something that they'd already lived through, but it was also good to see from Marina's point of view because she was living through it for the first time. So I enjoyed getting the two different sides of this story. The action in this book was fantastic. There were shootings and full-on fight scenes which were just brilliant. Everything was so fast-paced that I was hooked and I couldn't put this book down. Yet again, this is another book that I was up until 2 AM finishing because I just had to know what happened at the end, and I didn't want to wait until the next day. Why wait until the next day when I could just stay up until 2 AM and finish it? Which is exactly what I did. There's a twist with the villain in this book, and although I kind of had an inkling about it, it was still a shock when everything at the end was revealed and everything throughout the book was revealed. I was kind of shocked and disturbed by everything that has happened, but it was such a fantastic book, and Cristin Terrill kept me on my toes with all these twists and turns and the fast-paced plot. It was just such a fantastic book. The ending was shocking and heartbreaking. I kind of really didn't know what to do after that ending. The last couple of chapters were pretty intense, and yeah, it was just such an amazing ending to such a fantastic book. Overall, this was definitely one of my favourite books of July. It was full of action, suspense, and had so many twists and turns that kept me on the edge of my seat the whole way through this book. It was just completely unputdownable. I definitely highly recommend getting this book. It is probably going to be one of my all-time favourite books of the year, and I know it's only August, but I seriously fell in love with this book and the characters. Everything about it was just completely flawless and I just completely adored it. So in case you haven't guessed, this book definitely got a 5 out of 5 stars from me. So that was my review for All Our Yesterdays by Cristin Terrill. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye everyone.